Bulunaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Traffic Jam Show on City FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
Yandravinaka, Fiji. In this bulletin, Fijians warned against adverse weather. Sidelpa to appeal court judgment. And Lambasa couple recount COVID-19 ordeal.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama has advised all Fijians to take heed of the weather situation. In a strongly worded message, Bainimarama says given the current conditions, no Fijian should take any risks. The country should brace itself for adverse weather throughout the week.
I want to strongly reiterate those warnings to every Fijian watching. These rains and the resulting flooding can kill. Do not swim in rivers or streams or risk crossing the rapids.
The leader of the Social Democratic Liberal Party, Sitiveni Rambuka, has confirmed they will appeal the High Court judgment, which declared the annual general meeting of June 2019 invalid. Rambuka says he has received 2 letters from the Supervisor of Elections, Mohammed Saneem, and also met with him on Monday to discuss the judgment of the High Court. He has now confirmed that the party will file an appeal. According to the Sidelpa leader, this is being done because the High Court declaration has set a precedent that may affect other political parties and also has implications on the law regarding meetings of associations. Rambuka adds that his priority as party leader is to ensure that the annual general meeting is to be held in June once COVID-19 restrictions are lifted. Fiji's 9th COVID-19 patient, Mohammed Sahid, believes it was the prayers of the nation that healed him and his wife. The couple have tested negative for the virus for the 3rd time now and are back home after being discharged from the Lambasa hospital. Speaking to FBC News from his home in Sorsoa, Sahid says he has gone for a religious gathering in India last month to learn how to preach and conduct prayers and didn't know he was carrying the coronavirus back into Fiji. He adds that it wasn't until he had reached Lambasa that he felt ill and took himself straight to the hospital. The 57-year-old says the days that followed were not easy, having to go through strict health checks and measures and being in isolation. He says what was even more stressful were countless posts and comments on social media publicly ridiculing him, his family and his religion. He says he will not dwell on the negativity as he has moved on. The Ministry of Employment is investigating certain employers who have reduced hourly rates as COVID-19 has begun to affect their business. The ministry has so far received 305 complaints against employers for non-payment of statutory leave and other entitlements under the Employment Relations Act 2007. The Ministry of Employment says the nature of complaints ranges from shift works to reduced hours.
There are 2 major companies that is a real problem for us, and we are working with them. We want to see that there is some understanding that works out well for both parties. It has to be a balancing act. The issue is the reduced rate, hourly rate, yeah. That is the real issue. And as far as we are concerned, we're not going to allow that.
There is further delay in the completion of the Tamavoiwai Bridge outside Suva. The Fiji Roads Authority says work on the bridge is now expected to be completed by June. The initial target was April. However, weather conditions and the restrictions due to COVID-19 caused delay. The bridge, identified, is a major link between the capital city and Lami along the Queen's Road. Chief Executive Jonathan Moore says there were issues with the bridge piles, which also delayed the project.
There was a problem with one of the piles on the Lamy side. That was rectified, the pile was replaced, the pile cap was constructed, and that slowed us down. We maybe lost a month on that one. And it's something we didn't want to have to do, but we don't take the risk on the abutments to bridges. The abutment is the key part of the bridge to make it stable. That has to be correct.
The Sugarcane Growers Fund has activated rehabilitation packages to assist growers affected by Tropical Cyclone Harold. The fund is also assisting those farmers who have also either directly or indirectly been affected by the impacts of COVID-19. Chief Executive Raj Sharma says they have been visiting farmers in Thavua, Mba and Singatoka areas. Sharma says following TC Harold, he visited over 20 growers whose cane crops or dwellings were affected by strong winds and flooding. He says the fund will consider loans for growers on case-by-case to a maximum of $5,000.
Our board has approved activation of the rehabilitation package, means the farmers can apply for a loan, which is no fee is applied. They don't have to pay any $10 or $12 application fee. These loans are given to them for the purpose that is needed for reactivation.
Sharma says under the hardship assistance, they have received 71 applications valued at $56,320 since March 1st. The struggle of accessing water is now a thing of the past for the farming community of Ndraumasi in Thavua. More than 30 families will now have access to clean and regular water supply with installation of a gravity-fed irrigation water source project by the Ministry of Waterways and Environment. Maggie Boyle reports.
It's been a long-held dream for the residents of Ndraumasi, which is now a welcome reality.
Government came first time, the government like this we have seen, and given us the opportunity to make our dam, and we are very happy.
Situated 3 kilometers from the settlement, the rugged terrain has made for challenging work.
It costed us $22,000 to get the water to these 30 households, and if you divide that, it is less than $1,000. It cost us to bring it to each of these households. We will now have fresh, clean water, not only for their household, but to support agriculture growth and agricultural expansion.
Commissioned yesterday, the water supply is expected to boost farming activities.
Biodiversity and water storage, water supply are two engines that safeguard your lives, your livelihoods, the economy, the agriculture, and everything that surrounds it. So it's very, very important.
The project took a little over a year to complete. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
137 families have so far been assisted through the Velomani Food Bank. The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission has received $18,000 in cash, which the FCCC says is a sign of how Fijians are looking out for one another during these difficult times. The Commission says it's committed to ensuring that all forms of assistance received in cash or kind are properly managed.
None of this $18,000 has been used yet. We are still deploying the donations that we've received in kind. So food items, we've received say 10 bags of onions, rice, flour, sugar, tin stuff. So we're making this into packs.
Coming up, trainer goes online due to gym closure. And Fiji Sports Council hopes for sponsor support.
Oira na ngone no de nunu enda be singa ni mataka.
Mersi sunga da kena loma dina kilo mikron.
Sakena ngau na mitaro bina no rabak sungai ka wala loma takina ngone. Dalabina oya o meliki.
Bulre oya o Samuel Samuli.
Nama kikirau enda be mataka.
Oni ti kina makarombuka.
Ni wai tiri kalima na miniti me ono kina tiri na kaloko. Ena Radio Fiji One nandomo ibiti.
Pinda pinda na mataka dan ramai na singabo.
Fiji's welterweight boxer Winston Hill has come up with a way to help Fijians keep fit from the comfort of their homes. After government's announcement regarding the closure of all gyms across the country, Hill, the owner of Boxfit Gym in Turak, set up an online platform where he conducts live coaching and prescribed workouts. Hill says due to the current crisis, he had to diversify and tap into other revenue streams.
We engaged and created an online training platform. This way we're still keeping our clients engaged, keeping them motivated and keeping them active and still training in the comfort of their homes. So we've created this platform through Zoom. It's an online virtual training or webinar application.
Hill says the project is heading into its second week and they have gotten a positive feedback from their users. The Fiji Sports Council is hoping that amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, their sponsors will continue to support them. According to Council Chair Peter Maisie, 60% of their revenue is from naming rights of sporting facilities like the Vodafone Arena, FMF Gymnasium and the ANZ Stadium. The Council has lost $1.9 million from gate takings and hiring of venues in the last 2 months since all sporting activities have been cancelled. Maisie is confident their sponsors will stand by them during this crisis.
I think we're very lucky in that I think banks are doing very well at this time, and well, I'm sure Vodafone's doing very well. FMF, it's a food. To Motor City, well, that's a hard one, but the shops are all open. We rely a lot on our sponsors and we're very grateful to them. So we hope they will continue to support us.
Taking a look at the map, no surprises in today's weather as heavy rain is expected to continue throughout the day until Saturday. Make sure to take an umbrella with you if you are going out. And that is your FBC Morning News. Join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. Remember, in times of crisis, you need factual news that you can trust. Stop believing fake news about COVID-19 on social media. Fight misinformation by getting only the facts about the coronavirus from verified news sources like FBC TV's radio and digital media news. www.fbcnews.com.fj, keeping Fijians connected with the truth.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही हैं।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर।